Well, hello, everybody. We are back on the show floor, ISE 2026. As always, I am Ryan Gray, and HETMA Presents rolls on this show floor. It is the morning now of day 3. So this is when I think we kind of hit the stretch of everybody going, how many days are left in this show? I don't really know. So thank you, Jay, for coming over to see us this morning and being the first victim of the day. Please introduce yourself. Who are you and what do you do?
Thank you so much. Yeah, and as always, thank you for having me. Yes, I'm Jay Lyons. I am the Portfolio and Product Manager for Education for Logitech. So yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you for being here. And before we go any farther, we do have to, I think, call out Troy Powers' playlist. He's been playing in the booth. Sounds like that has met your approval so far.
Yeah, I can tell you how old he is, what year he was born, and when he went to high school based on that playlist. It's phenomenal. It's like taste. So
that's what I was going to say. There was parts yesterday where we were all bopping because right for the generation, you know what I'm saying? It kept us dialed in. Okay, so the standard question to start with Logitech always is, and you guys work hard on this, but a lot of people think Logitech, I love their keyboards and mice, right? I love this, but that's not what you're here showing, and it's kind of cool because you got a giant booth that way, and right across from us, the connected classroom featuring a lot of things that are going on. So let's just start with, what are you excited about in terms of what you're bringing for education at the show?
Oh, thank you so much. That's a good question. Our booth in the middle is insane, and obviously I think everybody is a little excited about our new Rally AI Camera Pro. That's been the big thing, and that's the big showcase there today. This show for us here in the Connected Classroom, this is something that's really cool. Obviously, ISE puts this on, and we're happy to be a sponsor of this, and it gives us a moment to show our educational-based products. So yeah, for me here, we're really excited to showcase this connected classroom concept. So as we continue to dig deep in the research, especially in higher ed, we're noticing so many different learning modalities there. So we wanted to showcase some of the products that we've had, and more importantly, some of the products that we've specifically designed for higher ed that makes sense in a lot of these learning modalities. So yeah, for me, it's the Rally Camera Streamline Kit, the Rally Board 65, how that can be a great overflow type of a scenario, and then just how everything goes together. So that's been a great thing to showcase here.
Cool. I've heard I've heard a number of people talk about the Rally AI camera so far. You know what I'm saying? So if people are not familiar with your Rally line, you know what I'm saying? What is that?
Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing is there's been, Rally Camera has been a staple for Logitech for a number of years in the video conferencing space, and it's been around for, I think, 7 or 8 years. It's been a really good camera. So to have a new camera to fill out that line, I think a lot of people were waiting for a new Rally camera. So I think that's one of the biggest things, and more specifically, it's bringing in a lot of these features that people have asked for. So having some form of tracking. So we have presenter view, we have speaker view. To help in that, you have the ability to mask off areas so that you're not accidentally tracking audience members or other people that you don't want to be tracking. So bringing that in is obviously a great thing, and then adding the preset buttons to it. So now you have the best of both worlds. You have this scenario where you can utilize tracking, and then you can use these simple buttons to press and that are spaced around rooms. It's like, hey, I need to show this specific thing. And then of course adding in all the room-based analytics. So I think those are some of the big things. It's network managed, it's just making things simpler, and that's the whole goal for Logitech, is designing products to simplify.
I mean, obviously that comes through, which is like, instead of a whole ecosystem that is detailed from box to box to box, you guys are like, we're gonna get the features into what we make, and you just plug it in one place and you have that capability, rather than now having to go in and code a bunch of stuff to make it do what you want to do. Right?
Exactly.
You're not even low code, it's no code.
Exactly.
And then this is maybe another small simple thing, but it's a big deal for a lot of us, which is the Streamline Kit that goes with it, right? I'll ask you the question instead of answer it myself, but if I've got your Rally camera, I want to catch my instructor, that camera's got to go in the back of the room. I got to get it plugged into a computer in the front of the room. How does that kit make that easy for me to do?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to do this. You have different, HT-based-T, you have PoE++, all those things. And that's the simple way, but oftentimes you need to convert it back into something that your VC platform is going to recognize. So we did the same thing. We wanted to leverage an existing product and try this out. So we added essentially a USB extender, but it's grafted to the bottom of Rally Camera, so it's just all seamless. We introduced new mounting for it. But yeah, that converts the camera from USB to category cable, and then we have the control box that lives near your USB AV equipment, converts it back to USB for you. So yeah, you can mount it anywhere you want. It's a super simple way to mount to. It's a twist and lock, so that you don't have to hold on to it and balance it while you're screwing. So yeah, that's the big thing, is just simplifying that. And then again, actually going in the product. The biggest thing about it when we did the research was, hey, what do we need to do? What's the right, protocol to use? And ultimately what we found is that the hardest thing was camera control itself. Yeah. So we kind of pivoted while we were making that product, and all of a sudden said, hey, we need to do something about camera control and simplify that. That's where those preset buttons came in. So that was actually the biggest learnings for us was, you're focused on one thing, and then all of a sudden you realize that there's such a bigger pain point out there that needs to be addressed. So
and I think that comes from, listening to people use it and make that sort of symbiotic relationship of users, tech managers, manufacturer to bring things to market that work. But yeah, we have a standard on our campus. If I put up a camera, it's a one-wire camera. Yep. I'm running one cat cable to it, and that's it. And it makes such a difference when people try and sell me a camera. It's got 18 ports on the back, but none of them get me where I need to go. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. And Rally AI Camera Pro, the new one, it's following the same suit. So it's going to be a PoE++ camera for power, and then later on they'll offer an extension kit that does something similar, so you can do a single cable solution for it as well. So that'll be great.
And then I got to ask one more. This has now turned into just like the stuff I like about it, but I think it's cool, is on the presets, I've seen you guys have battery powered, so they don't have to plug in buttons. Yeah. So like an instructor goes to the whiteboard, you want to recall the whiteboard preset. Yep. They don't have to go to a touch panel. They just tap the button there, and it moves to them. And then you know what I'm saying?
Yep. They're easy to mount everywhere, so you can use 3M command strips, or you can screw them directly to something. But yeah, you can mount these up. The batteries last forever. I think we have we say state up to 2 years, but right now it's projecting to be 5 years of battery life. But we thought about the future. We always do. So we did put some pinouts there. If we get requests for, hey, we want a hard line to this, so we can just make a mount that'll be a powered mount, whether it's 2-wire, or if it needs to be RJ45 or something like that, we can make a powered version of it if they don't want to replace a battery down the line. So we have that option. But yeah, it's you place these around the room, you can label them, and ultimately it just simplifies things, so they don't have to remember to go back to a central location. They don't have to worry about if tracking is going to be disorienting for the remote users. They just use the preset buttons. As they move around in space, there's going to be a button strategically placed there for that scene. Hit it, and the camera's on you.
That's what I like there. It's just this simplicity that comes with something that is just I don't know. It makes sense. So I appreciate that.
All right. And everybody likes to hit a button. If you see a button, you're going to hit it. So, we say make it as easy as pressing a button. Yeah. Well, there you go. You got buttons.
You put a little press me,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And you get,
Actually, I think you should say don't press me, and then everyone will press it. I think that's the bigger thing. If you say do not press, it's going to happen. So.
I'll go. All right. I don't want to go off on a tangent like this, but real quick, we had a setup one time. It's our air traffic control simulator lab.
Oh, great.
Right? It's 7 screens around, making an arced view as if you're looking out a control tower. And we put a button on the control panel that said do not press, and if you pressed it, it randomized the screens, so it put them out of order.
Nice.
And then they had to call the help desk, and we were like, did you push? You pushed the button, didn't you?
Of course.
Anyways, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
A little chaos is helpful. Yeah. Okay, so looking and thinking about the show as a whole. First, obviously, for Logitech to go, look, we want to be right at the front of Hall 2. Mm-hmm. That's a primo spot to be. How do you see ISE in terms of its role in your roadmap of? I should be able to actually ask this question out loud instead of stumbling over it. But you have the option of going hey, we want to go to little shows, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to whatever. But is ISE a place that you're now going, this is where the industry is, so Logitech needs to be at the forefront of that? Are you making connections here that you wouldn't make otherwise? What do you see as the most value, I guess, that you get that Logitech gets from a show like this?
I mean, obviously, Logitech's a global company.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing is, you want to make sure that you represent, that global idea. So I think, a lot of people think that it's, traditionally a North American company, but I mean, our headquarters is not. I mean, we have 2 headquarters, I guess, but we are very much a global company. So it's very important to us to make a show in places like ISE because it's a big AV show.
Yeah.
And Logitech is more than a keyboard and mouse company, and I think it's important to showcase that. And if you go to our main booth, you see that.
Yeah.
So I think it's important. And then you get an opportunity to join things like this in the Connected Classroom. It shows also what Logitech does. We're a design company, and we design products for certain needs. So we want to make life easier for everybody. We want to extend human potential. So this is the opportunity to do it, and ISE is a great platform for that.
Cool, I appreciate it, and I love, like the cool part about this over here is it's a very hands-on experience with your guys' stuff. It's not stand and look at it on a wall, you get to go use it.
Yeah, and what's funny is actually the highlight of Connected Classroom over here has I would have expected it to be certain products, and it's been Mevo, our wireless streaming camera, and the Mevo app. I mean, it's gotten a lot of attention, and people, say the same thing, like, "Oh, I didn't know you guys had wireless cameras," and that's the fun thing to hear is, like when people say, "I didn't know Logitech made this," and so actually most of the attention has been over on those Mevo cameras, which is exciting. It's fun to show.
So I love that as a tag, which is, I didn't know Logitech had this thing. Like, that's part of it. So if people are right now going, okay, where should they be going to find out the things about Logitech that they don't know? You know what I'm saying? Where would you point them?
I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, we do. Our marketing team is phenomenal, and we do a great job of promoting all these sites. So you're going to see it on socials. You're going to see it on our YouTube channels, and I mean, see it on our website. Our websites are the best thing. Is when you go there, it's going to highlight the new products and focus on those types of things. But I mean, you should be able to find that information everywhere. But again, I think sometimes you just get in that mode where it's just like, oh, this company, I know they make this, and then you're always surprised when you find out they make other things. And we could probably do a whole segment of I didn't know Logitech made this.
I know. That's but that would be a fun thing. Well, we will, link your guys' sites. We'll get some of the information about the things that you've mentioned you have here in the article, so everybody take a look at kind of here's the things you didn't know Logitech did, and imagine how they might be used in your space. Even if you may not think, oh, that's an education product. People are finding ways to use it in our classrooms and in our meeting spaces and stuff. So thanks for making cool stuff that makes us look good every day.
Well, thanks for asking great questions so that we can talk about them.
Yeah, you got it. And I appreciate your time with a busy show.
All right, thank you.
Cool. Thank you.